Assalamu alaikum and good morning to all of you. We are again in front of each other, healthy, happy, safe, right? So we should be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be grateful all the time that we are still healthy, we're safe from the virus. And for that, you know what you have to do. I remind you most of the time, you have to wash your hands. Yes, very, 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 very important, even after the pandemic, even after this virus, because there are viruses around us, there are germs around us. So you have to take care of yourself. So you have to wash your hands. And these days, a special take care is no shaking hands because mostly the germs are on our hands. You just only elbow bump. And don't forget to wear your mask when you go out. You're interacting with the people. Do stand very close to the people. Maintain a social distance because that is very, very, very important. Because as I told you before, this body is a responsibility from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we have to take care of our body very well, right? So that is our duty and responsibility. So this is a social studies class in which we are going to learn a little about economics. Wow, such a big word, economics. So yes, kids even learn about economics because that is very important even from the very small age. Some things are very important to learn because that even helps to make your life easier and happier and comfortable, right? So there are many things which make our life comfortable. First of all, how we feel about things that makes us comfortable. If we are happy in most of the situations, that makes us much comfortable. But today, we are going to learn about the needs and the wants of the life. Yes. See, have you ever thought like that about the life, the need, and the want? Yes. There are some things which we need in our life, and there are some things which we want in our life, right? So, first of all, we're just going to have a quick look, right? So, there is a difference in needs and wants, right? Needs are important, wants are even important, but needs are very, very important. And why they're very important? Because once you got to know the things what we need, you will get to know that yes, they are very, very important. Now, first of all, have a look at this. Need. Now, needs are things that we must have. We must have. There's no compromise on that. We must have in order to survive. Now, there are a couple of pictures you can see over here, which you really, really need to survive, right? First of all, have a look at this picture. What is this? A home, a shelter. We do need a home or a shelter in order to survive. Can we live without our home? No. Whenever we go out, we come back home, even if we are traveling, when we come back home, we feel so great. So the shelter is that every human being needs, even the animals need shelter in order to survive them in their habitat, in the environment, right? Then as humans, what else do we need? What are we wearing? Yes, clothes. Can you go out without wearing your clothes? Can you go out? No. And then we have different clothes for winter. We have different clothes for summer. We have different clothes for parties and all. So we need clothes in order to survive. We cannot live without the clothes. And you see animals, some animals have fur, some animals have skin, and they have coat. Somehow or the other, they protect them from the environment, harsh environment, right? So we need shelter, we need clothes, then we need, yeah, we need food. Can you live without food? We cannot live without food. So food is that we need to have to survive. We cannot live without food. And yes, air. Air is very important. Why? Because we have to breathe. If there is no air, we'll not be able to breathe. Then we'll not be needing the shelter and the clothes and food, right? So air is also very important. So that is the need. Now you need to even understand that your parents are doing a lot to provide you with all you need. They're making your life comfortable. Have you ever thought that? They are arranging for your shelter, they're arranging for your food, they're arranging for your clothes, they're giving you a comfortable environment, right? So you can live a comfortable, happy life, right? So these are the things which we really need to survive. We cannot live without them. Now comes the wants, right? Now you need to understand that what are the wants? Wants are things that we would like to have to simply enjoy our lives or to make our lives more comfortable. The things which we like to have, as like when you go out for shopping, you say, I want ice cream, I want ice cream. See? Or you say, I want this doll. Or you say, I want this game. Or I want this bicycle. See? So you say you want this to make you happy, to make you to enjoy yourself, right? So there is a difference in needs and wants. Now, needs are the things which we really, really need to survive. Can you live without a bike? Yeah, there are many people who don't have a bike. But yes, if somebody is without the clothes, you have to provide them with the clothes because they need that. And that is very important for their survival, right? Very, very good. Now you need to understand because your family is doing a lot to provide you all of these things, right? They're earning, they are going on their jobs to earn money to provide you with all the needs, and they are doing very hard work. So you need to appreciate your parents, your father, your mother, that they are working very hard to provide you with all what you need and even what you want, right? So see, now Papa is working. Maybe he has made a home or he has arranged a home for you. Then you said, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I want to drink water. I even want to drink some fizzy drinks. I want to drink juice. I want to drink milk. There are like lots of things. But the water is very important because we cannot live without water. We can live without the juices and the drinks, but we cannot live without the water and the food, right? The important food that gives us nutrition, like we eat wheat, roti, and bread that gives us nutrition. We eat fruit, that is also important. Maybe less quantity, but yes, we need that to fill our tummies. And then we have to cover our bodies. You see, the skin cover our body, and then we need some clothes to cover our bodies. So if it's winter, see, we need to have so many things to cover us. So these are the needs we must have to live. And you have to understand the fact that your parents are doing very hard. They're working very hard to arrange all of these things for his family, for his kids, for everybody. So we need to understand, we feel that we have to be thankful even to them. We have to be helpful towards them. We have to understand their feeling. And sometimes when you ask something to your parents that you really want to have something, they try their best to provide you with that. But sometimes it gets difficult for them to provide that. You should not be angry at that. you should be understanding what your parents going through, right? You see, now what would like to have, but do not need it to live, right? We want to have many things, as I want a car these days, but yes, I can live without a car. I can sometimes go by foot. I can use the public transport. I can go by bus. So there are many transport means. Then, yes, I want to have a pet dog, but the one I want is very expensive. But I can live without that. So I have a small cat, which was a stray cat, and we give him a shelter because animals also need shelter, right? And kids like toys, even adults like toys and games, right? To enjoy, to have fun. And we need to have like burgers and candies and ice creams and all that, which we enjoy, but we can even live without them as well, right? So here are the things which you need to understand even as kids, small humans, that the adults, the parents, they are working very hard to meet all the ends up for you, to provide you all the needs and even whatever you want. When they take you out, they want you to go to the park because you want to go to the park because you want to enjoy. Then you want to have a burger as well, you want to have a meal as well, you want to have an ice cream as well, and that is what you want. We can live without ice cream, we can live without um, the meals and the burgers and the fizzy drinks, right? But we cannot live without our shelter, our home. We cannot live without the clothes. We cannot live without the food, which it keeps us surviving, and the air we breathe, right? I hope now you understand the difference between the needs and the wants, right? Now, need is what we have to survive. We cannot live without our needs. And the wants, which we enjoy, which makes our life comfortable, even more beautiful, enjoyable, but we can survive without them, right? What if you are stuck on an island? So, what do you need to survive? First of all, maybe you arrange for some food. Maybe you'll have some coconuts. Or maybe if you can find some pineapples or bananas around the island, you will get that because you want to have energy. Then, when it's getting dark, you want to sleep somewhere. So, you'll try to have a shelter. If there is some available, you will go into that. Otherwise, you will try to make some. And then you need water, right? And in that, on that island, if you're not having ice cream, what happens? Nothing. If you don't have the video game to play, you can survive? Yes, you can survive. What if you don't have McDonald's over there? Can you survive? Yes, you can survive if you have coconuts to eat, you have bananas, or maybe some other food. And even if you can catch a fish and you can bake the fish and eat it, right? So we can live on an island without the ice cream, without the video games, without the burgers, without the fizzy drinks. We can survive. But if we don't have the food, if we don't have the shelter, we are not going to survive. If we don't have clothes, we'll try to make some clothes, right? And in like earlier times, when people don't have the clothes, they try to make it up with the help of the animal's skin, or maybe the leaves, or maybe twigs and all that, right? So this is the difference between the needs, which you really have to survive, and the wants, which makes our life comfortable and easy and beautiful, which we can enjoy. The main thing is for you to understand how and which phase your parents are going through, and they work really hard to arrange for your needs and your wants. And you're not going to be angry if they don't have right now something to give you as your needs. So maybe they need a little time, but they definitely would like to provide you whatever you even want and need, right? So this was a social studies, and we are learning about a little about economics. So because when you learn about that, we will get to know, yes, kid, the things have some price when we buy. So we should learn to understand. Okay, so this was our social studies class, in which we have learned about the needs and wants. Okay, and I hope you're understanding. We will talk a little more about on needs and wants. Okay, till then, I'll say goodbye to you. You're going to be stay safe, be happy, be grateful, because we have all what we need and we have most of what we want. Okay, so I'm going to see you soon in the next class. Till then, bye bye. Allah Hafiz.